Welcome back to Happy Place Aquatics. This is my 2 saltwater tanks and 6 freshwater tins. Currently housing 13 baby cichlids in this tank right here. It is dark, everybody is sleeping. These tanks don't have lights on them, but this 55 does, and so does that 55. Those are saltwater. Those are going to be something completely different. It's a project I'm working on. No, I don't have the fish yet. I was going to today, but go to the store and the store was closed. That's neither here nor there. So I got everything down here basically running on 2 air pumps. I have an air pump running this side of the fish room, this entire side of the fish room, the 240, the 125, the 90, the 75, and all 6 tins. Salt waters don't have air on them. I don't know if I can put air on them. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't figured that out yet. Still working on the saltwater aspect of it. As you can see, these guys down here are doing great. This tank right here this is the tank that, I don't know, it's weird. I love these fish. I have one fish in here, looks like he never eats. I've tried to trick him and catch him so I can put him in a separate tank. That guy right there, I mean, if you look at him, it looks like he never eats. His stomach's sunk in. He doesn't have anything. I've treated this entire tank, but he just looks like he's got a parasite or something, and he doesn't. So today I was down here doing a video, and when I got done, I was feeding my fish, and I said, let me try something. And I put in some flake food. And the little dude likes flakes. For some reason, he will eat the flake, but not the cichlid pellets. So I guess I'm just gonna have to feed this tank 2 different kinds of food. Yeah, that's fine until he packs on some size and he gets an appetite. Did some tank maintenance while we were down here, added some things. Added a couple big tall plants in this tank because I do have babies in here. I want them to hide. I want them to be able to hide, I should say. If you look down here, that fish has definitely made that her new home, or his new home. Not 100% sure if it's a male or female. So that is her territory or his territory. We'll call it her for the sake of it being a her. With the black background behind these tanks, these fish really pop. I mean, really pop. Everybody gets along. There's usually no aggression in here. Every now and then there is. I've had to get rid of one fish because of aggression. Let me move over here. I've got my BA tetras in the background there, just enjoying the wave. The wave maker will be on for a few more minutes and then it will shut off. Got them all, got them some plants and stuff in there as well. Look at that Oscar, being a ham. Just did a water change in this tank. And took it down to about right there. It's almost half on a 240-gallon tank. Move that light over a little bit. I only had half the tank lit up. So these 2 right here have tried multiple times to have, they've laid eggs multiple times, and for some reason they just can't seem to get them to hatch. So I changed and put this rock in there. It's flat on the side over here. Maybe they'll lay it on this rock and we'll have some fry come out of this. I'd love to have some sevrum fry. That's one thing I would actually like to have. I have sevrums, but I'd like to have some fry. I'd like to watch them grow from, wee littles. There is a Pleco, and he is right there. That's one of my Plecos, one of my baby Plecos from my South American tank. I have one of them in there, and that is his tank for now. I do have babies in here. They're everywhere, Pleco style. As you can see right there is the mom. Actually, that's the bristle, a lot of bristle, so that's the dad. The mom is in here somewhere. She hides. She is a monster. Believe it or not, the female is way bigger than the male. My Geophagus gyroparis. Big fucking eyes, but a nice fucking fish. Excuse my French, I apologize. I got that movie from, heard that line from Bad Boys too. But tank is doing well. It's got oxygen going through it, has sponge filters, 2 canister filters. So this tank is doing its thing. And if cussing isn't your thing, I apologize, but I am me. Occasionally pops out my mouth. I am a mechanic by trade, so you will hear some swearing here and there. She is back there pouting because we just cleaned her tank. And that's what she does. She pouts. And this guy is just swimming around, you know, doing his thing. I've got an idea for this tank and that tank. This tank is going to feed down into that tank and then back up into that tank. It's a whole video that I will definitely post. So, facts. If you have a fish room, I promise you that will be the warmest room in the house due to all the water that's down there. It also won't be humid, but it could be humid. I don't understand it. So I have here's the temperature in my fish room. Got a 73 degrees with 56% humidity. And at any given point in time, I could turn that guy on right there and make it even hotter. But I don't. We added the black background behind these tanks. So it makes it kind of stand out. I was going to get 5 bettas today. Because kind of like them. I'm not a betta person by any means, but they are beautiful fish, and I do have 2 of them over on the other side that are fantastic. They greet me at the glass. They're like little puppies. But I couldn't take myself to spending the amount of money for 5 of them. I just don't have the money right now. But I did buy some fish. That'll be another video, maybe tomorrow, maybe the Monday. But just figure, we'd get a little look around. I still have some rocks there that got to go in another tank. But we'll do the long view. This place is peaceful. Especially that tank. I could sit here and watch this tank all day. I could actually sit and watch that tank as well. But you gotta work. You can't stay at home and play with your fish all day. It'd be great if you could. But this is half of my fish room. The other half is still under construction. The other half is on that side of the wall. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks over there right now. Well, 300-gallon pond, 255s, 25 tall and a 29, and an empty 50. That is a 65, and that is a 30. And then over here we have a 15, a 29, and a 20 long. And then we have a 40 breeder sitting there. And then I still have one in the garage, which is a 55, one in the back of my van, which is a 75. I have 3 10s, 3 20s, 320 talls, and I believe a 30 tall upstairs still that do not have fish in them. Plus I have a bow front tank that doesn't have fish in it right now. It's empty as well. So I have a lot of tanks still that need fish. I do currently have tanks upstairs running though. I have a 55 that is my Tetra / Yo-Yo Loach / Corridora tank. I have a quarantine tank with fish that will be in an upcoming video. I won't spill the beans on that. I also have a 25-gallon Hex that has a single gold gourami in it. I have a 32.5-gallon Fluval Flex saltwater tank that have yellow-tailed damsels. I have a 55 that has angels and tetras in it. And then I have a 40 breeder that has 1 single cichlid in it. His name is Tony. He is the tomato cichlid. And he is my dude. He is a very aggressive fish. So he has his own tank. Let's sit here and look at this tank for a minute. You can watch them swim. There's a bunch of severums in that tank too. There's 7 severums in there. 3 Geophagus redhead tapajos. There is 3 thread phenaccara. There are 3 parrotfish. There's what I believe to be almost 20 BA tetras. There are 3 angels. There's 1 Geophagus feni, which is right there, below that parrot. And the rest are electric blue acara, along with plecos. There is a breeding pair of bristlenose plecos in there. I have, in that tank, I have 2 monster, I mean absolute monster plecos in there. And they're bristlenose. Don't know why they got so big, but they got big. That tank down there, my 75 mixed, actually those are mixed half slash and bonus. There's an albino bristlenose pleco in there. I don't have a pleco in there. I do have the one in the 240 here, you guys seen that, and I can't put nothing in with those guys. Well, not her. She'll kill anything I put in the tank. She almost killed him. I tried to put them together just to see what they would do, and she was literally beating the crap out of him. And I wasn't a fan of it. That tank is dirty, and yeah, it was dirty. I don't know, ADD kind of kicked in. I'm like, the tank is dirty. But we'll look at this tank for a minute as well. I bought this tank at a, I really don't want to mention it because there's a lot of drama and controversy going on around right now about this place, but I bought it from a rescue almost 2 years ago. And it's set in my floor over here for a year and a half before I even touched it. And I had surgery, I had my hip replaced, I didn't have time, I was working a lot, I just didn't feel like doing it. Well, finally got around to doing it, built a stand. That is a monster stand, let me tell you, it's made out of 2x6s. I followed the King of DIY's how-tos on this and built me a tank stand. There's probably 125 screws in it. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 5/8 lag bolts in it. So, and it's screwed down. I didn't glue it. I should have glued it when I screwed it, but I didn't. But it is definitely a beefy stand. I believe that thing will probably hold north of 10,000 pounds. Easily. There's braces across the top right there. It does have some cheap particle board on the top, but there's braces underneath of it, and there's actually a yoga mat underneath of that as well, holding the tank on top of it. So it should never get wet, and if it does, then it is what it is. I'll take the tank down and move it and replace it. At some point in time, I may actually encase this whole thing in and put cabinet doors on it, but I don't know if I will or won't. I haven't decided that yet. I do know I'm probably going to build another stand. That way I can maximize my space. I'm going to probably put this guy and that guy on top of a stand together. It'll be 125 and 125, and then I'll build another rack there for a 125 and a 125. And believe it or not, I could put 2 more 125s. We're at 75 and that 90. I can even put 2 more here. I've got room. You know, it's not a very big space, but I can maximize this space. I also have this whole, basically, little, kind of made like an entertainment center right here. I've got this whole thing here. I can reinforce underneath, take the stop off reinforcement. I can put tanks across this. So I have a lot of room. As you see, I keep coming back to this tank. Look at that Geo. He popped up and swam away. He got stirred. But it is a Saturday night, and I'm pretty sure the Ohio State game is a blowout, so there's no point in watching that. And why not just come hang out in the fish room for a little bit and relax? For all of my subscribers out there that do watch please smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a great evening.